Now let us take a look at the most prestigious racing in the world. Speed, power, skills and engineering innovation, the best racing driver in the most advanced car. Formula 1. Formula 1 automobile racing has its roots in the European Grand Prix championships of the 1920s and 1930s, though the foundation of the modern Formula 1 began in 1946 with the FIA standardization of rules, which was followed by a World Championship of Drivers in 1950. FIA Formula 1 World Championship in 1981, has been one of the premier forms of racing around the world since its inaugural season in 1950. The word formula in the name refers to the set of rules to which all participants' cars must conform. Bernard Charles Ecclestone, born October 28, 1930, is a British business magnate. He is the founder and former chief executive of the Formula 1 Group, which manages Formula 1 and controls the commercial rights to the sport. The dimension of the car is 95 cm height, 200 cm width and average of 570 cm length. The overall weight of an F1 car and driver must be at least 740 kg, with at least 80 kg from the driver and seat. This weight requirement lessens the pressure for drivers to be as light as possible. With this, the weight distribution is equalized for all, causing of disadvantage. The Formula 1 car engine is 4-stroke 1.6-liter V6 internal combustion engine with 800 horsepower. Is generated by operating at a very high rotational speed, up to 15,000 revolutions per minute. Averaging 206.374 km per hour. F1 cars can accelerate from 0 to 100 in approximately 2.6 seconds. The fastest time recorded in a speed trap in 2019 was by Sebastian Vettel and Sergio Perez, who both managed to hit 359 km per hour at Monza and Mexico City. There are 7 different tires in Formula 1, 5 for dry and 2 for wet weather. The rain tires have what we call chunky tread, which can move up to 85 liters of water per second. The intermediates are used for lighter rain. The other 5 dry compound tires are violet for ultra, soft; red for super, soft; yellow for soft; white for medium; orange for hard. The softer the tires provide more grip but quicker to run out, and harder tires last longer, so selecting the right tires at the right time requires skill and strategy. Formula 1 circuits are tracks specifically and purposefully built for conducting races. The length of the race must be 305 km and is defined as the smallest number of complete laps that exceeds 305 km. The number of laps in a race is obtained by dividing 305 by the length of a lap, which differs from track to track. The duration of the race cannot be more than 2 hours. A Formula 1 Grand Prix takes place over a weekend: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday is for practice sessions, Saturday is qualifying session, Sunday is what most people are waiting, the race day. Every Grand Prix begins with 3 free practice sessions, with 2 of them held on Friday, each of 90 minutes, one in the morning and the other in the afternoon. Used to determine the starting order for the race day. The qualifying session lasts 1 hour and is divided into 3 stages: Q1, Q2, Q3. Driver who recorded fastest time during qualifying session is awarded the first grid position on race day, the second fastest is on P2, the third fastest is on P3, and so on. A Formula 1 race starts with a warm-up lap, called the formation lap, and the pit lanes are open to this purpose 30 minutes before the actual race begins. The objective of a Formula 1 contest is to determine the winner of a race. The driver who crosses the finish line first after completing a predetermined number of laps is declared the winner. There are 10 teams in Formula 1 season, with 2 drivers each team. Total of 20 drivers per race. F1 team headed and managed by team principal. F1 teams employ hundreds of people. Besides the drivers, team principal, engineers, analysts and mechanics, there are also the media team and trainers who bring the race team to 50 to 75 people. Adding in the factory team who design and manufacture the chassis and engine can bring the total up to 1,000. The drivers, who drive the car around the track. These are usually the most well-known members of the team, and they are also usually the ones that get paid the most. The race engineer is usually someone that they have a strong bond with, as they are their link to the rest of the team and the data from the car during the race. Then come the mechanics, and these are the people who get to work on the car when it pulls in for a pit stop. There will be a team of mechanics for each driver, and there will be extra people on hand in case the car needs a more serious repair, such as a change of front wing. Halo, is a mandatory driver head protection device introduced to the sports in 2018 by FIA. It is the strongest part of the car. The halo is made of 5th-grade titanium and weighted 7 kg but can withstand up to 12,000 kg. Helmets are compulsory in F1 races. Their built is very strong and light so that it doesn't add extra weight. These are fire resistant and the helmet have to meet FIA standards. The clothing of F1 drivers is designed to protect them from fire accidents, in case of crash. We all saw what happened to Romain Grosjean on 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix, and the suit did his job well, to protect him from burning. Flags in F1 explained that the race officials directly communicate with the drivers, using flags to indicate track conditions, and relay critical communications, and this is the 6 important flags. The single wave yellow means danger, drivers should prepare to slow down. Stranded car, debris or caution up ahead. A double wave yellow flags, almost certain means an accident, the driver should absolutely slow down, and failure to do that will be penalized as well, overtaking, under those double yellow flags. From every yellow flag there's always green flags, it means the track is clear from here on, the drivers can back up to racing speeds. The most serious flag of all, of course, is the red flag, which means the session, the qualifying or the race, has been stopped, there's an accident, lots of debris on the track, or if the weather condition is undrivable. The white flags will be shown when slow-moving vehicle is on the track such an ambulance or course car. And the most common flag of all is the wave blue flag. The leading guy is coming through, he must get out of his way, allowing the car behind him to pass because he leads the race. Formula One season is a worldwide championship, it means they travel around the world. During the 2019 season, Formula One traveled to 21 locations across the world. Every second counts, hundreds of people work behind the scene to ensure that the right component arrived at the right place at right time with their long-time logistic partner DHL. There are 2 kinds of equipment, critical and non-critical. The label critical means that the race cannot take place without it, which include car component enough to create 3 F1 cars. Pit stop equipment, computer servers. Non-critical equipment planned and travel by sea, months before the actual race, which include tools, kitchen equipment, hospitality, and the fan zone. More than 1,000 tons of equipment's worth of millions of dollars transported around the globe, to make Formula One races possible. F1 car component are vital, need and precise measurement and special care during transport because it worth thousands of dollars and hard to manufacture. Most or some of F1 races are held on Europe, so dozens of trucks convoy travel by road. Formula One races is difficult to captured, produced, directed and transmitted. It's different of all other sports like basketball, soccer or tennis that the focus of action is only at one place. In F1 there are 20 drivers, spread out across a mile-long track. Formula One race is broadcast to over 87 million people across more than 100 countries. There is 20-plus human-operated camera, set up around the track. In the pit lane about 5 to 7 cameras, also operated by humans, capture pit stop and crew reactions. There is also what they call CamCat, a high-speed remote-operated camera, mounted to a long cable. Then there's a helicopter called Heli, with a team of 2, pilot who control the aircraft and camera operator that capture aerial shots. And each car having 3 to 5 cameras on board to capture the driver's perspective and emotions. Like any other sports event, broadcast truck is physically on site at the event with director and their team cutting the broadcast feed, then it will be passed over to a satellite truck and transmitted to space satellite. WISE would then send it back down to Earth to main broadcast facility and distribute it out to different TV station providers. And now you can watch the #1 motorsport in the world live in your TV. For more video like this, as always, click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell.